Hey guys, it's Penguin here, and welcome back to another gold making video. Of course, happy 2024, happy New Year's everybody. I hope you guys have had a great week so far, and in today's video, we are going to be doing something slightly different. In celebration of the new year, I really wanted to look back and reflect on 2023 in terms of gold making and the channel, but I really wanted to make it fun as well, and I wanted to make sure you guys get something out of it. So I'm excited to say that not only myself, but I am joined with a handful of wonderful content creators, and we're going to be talking about some of our favorite markets/items of 2023. So hopefully you can incorporate some of these items or just get an idea of what people are selling that you can incorporate no matter what sort of version of WoW you play or what sort of gold making that you do. But as always everybody, I hope you guys enjoy this little different fun video to recap 2023, and please go show some support to these lovely content creators for taking time out of their holiday to record a clip. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started. And so to kick the video off, I have to admit when I was trying to decide what market I wanted to highlight, I was left a little bit conflicted. Immediately, I wanted to talk about tailoring and bags like I always do, just because tailoring has a special place in my heart, but after kind of deciding and thinking a little bit more, I had to choose Dragonflight cooking. Now, many of you might not be super shocked by this, but I really just wanted to pick cooking because of how cheap and easy it is to get started. It's super beginner friendly, yet there is so much profit. And as a bonus, cooking has a special place on my channel, which I'll talk about in just a second. But more specifically, inside of Dragonflight cooking, I want to highlight a few items. We have the classics like the salad on the side that do well every once in a while. We have the desserts, the cake, the cone, and the muffins that also do well every once in a while. We have the ingredients that are actually doing pretty well due to other items being inflated. Then we have a newer edition of the deviled eggs, but I really want to highlight the hearty stew. Not only is this just a great item for usage that people use, in dungeons and raids, but in 10.1 barter brick quests were introduced, and this stew got even better. To those who don't know what barter brick quests are, basically, there are two weekly quests that give you either barter bricks or barter boulders, and they are each tied to a specific profession, and there's a chance that one of those professions will be cooking. And that specific cooking quest requires a handful of stew as well as the feast. So every time that it's, soup week or cooking week, whatever you want to call it, these items go up tremendously. And right now, this is actually the last day of the current stew week, and as you can see, the profit is super good. Right now, we're making about a 24% margin, and that is on, Monday at the end. Imagine how it was on Tuesday, reset day. Profits were insanely high. If you want to take a look at sales, this is from the past 7 days, and mostly this is from 3 hours on reset day, 2 hours on reset day, and about an hour 2 days ago, and I brought in 1.5 million gold. Of course, that's not all profit. It's probably about 30 to 40%. If we say 30%, that's 450,000 gold profit in my pocket for 3 hours of work. I will gladly take that. And this is why cooking has to be my pick for this video. Additionally, I don't want to talk for too long, but I also want to talk about cooking and the channel. If you guys look at my most popular videos, my most popular video actually is one of my first videos I've ever done, but the second one is my Dragonflight cooking video. This actually came out in December of 2022, so technically not 2023, but hey, it's like 10 days before, so I'm gonna let it count. In this video, I had no idea I was going to do so well, but I still stand by everything that I say in that video. Now, of course, prices have changed slightly, things like that, but I still believe in that title, all gold makers should do cooking. Additionally, another fun Easter egg is that my most popular YouTube short is actually on how to obtain the stew recipe that I just talked about. So not only is cooking, one of my most popular videos, but it also helped me produce one of my most popular shorts, which is just a little bit of a fun fact. But that's enough talking from me. I know you guys want to hear from everybody else, so please welcome Zanzarful, TheLazyGoldmaker, and DalaGG, and let's see what they have to say.
What's up, everybody? This is your friendly neighborhood fire chicken. No, I mean, this is Zanzarful. What's up, guys? I am here to talk a little bit about one particular item that I think has been doing really well for me, not only throughout this entire expansion, but just in general. This is more of a casual thing to do. It's something that almost everyone can catch up to this point, so I wanted to pick something that's not too hard to grasp, but also not, the easiest thing in the world. So what I want to talk about is specifically in tailoring. Now, if you don't have tailoring, you do need a little bit of some specialization points. It's not a lot, and I'll talk about why. The item I'm talking about today is Vibrant Watercloth Bolts. Now, these puppies in particular are always good no matter what, okay? Obviously depends on when you're selling them. It also depends on how the price is looking, depends on the region, how much competition, and all of this stuff. But for me in particular, it's an item that pretty much always sells eventually, right? It's not something that you will post on the auction house and it sells immediately unless you have like 100. But I craft this on occasion. I craft a couple of thousand of them, and they will sell. Obviously, this is much more of an exciting item when new seasons are out, but people will use this to craft items pretty much all the time, especially, obviously, as I said, when the content's popping. Now, the best situation that you can have for something like these Vibrant Watercloth Bolts is you want to be at 291 skill in your profession. Now, you get here by having, obviously, rank 3 Watercloth Bolts. Okay, that's one part. The other part is you need to max out in Tailoring Mastery, and obviously tailoring. You need to have Tailoring Mastery at 30, right? That needs to be at 30. Everything else here will give you small bonuses to resourcefulness and multicraft, so I will recommend that you get 30 in this one as well. And then this one is based on inspiration, so this one doesn't really do anything for you, because when you get to 291, it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. This is a bonus, but for the overall amount that you're going to get, this isn't going to do much. Now, this one in particular is just collecting cloth, so don't worry about it, okay? Now, textiles, this is not really important because this is mostly crafting, but we do want to worry about one thing, and that's weaving, okay? You learn a sub-specialization of your choice, 5 points into textiles, and you also get some resourcefulness and things like that, but you don't need any more than 5 points here, and then you need 20 into this one, okay? This will give you multicraft, it will give you inspiration, multicraft, inspiration, and then more multicraft, okay? And multicraft is everything. It's king when it comes to the Vibrant Watercloth Bolts. Now, everything else here does not matter. Garment crafting is gear, it doesn't matter. Draconic Needlework is only for Sure Weave bolts and Chronocloth bolts, so you don't need to worry about that. So as I said, 5 points textiles, 20 weaving, and then you want 30, 30, and also 30 if you really want to push for it. And realistically, at this point in the expansion, with all the first craft opportunities and one-time collectibles that you can get, this is not really a hard feat to do, okay? The other part is you want to try and be at 100 in Dragon Isles Tailoring, because this also gives you skill points, and you're going to need them. The other point is you need to have a blue crafting tool, okay? Having these in quality 5 is miles better, but the percentages on the small scale, it doesn't matter much, but if you can, get them up there, okay? These have been great for me. These are great sellers. It's a small little thing. It's not something that you can expect a lot of profit on. It's something that you can probably expect just by being AFK. I would say somewhere in between like 5 to 15k, depending on what you're doing. But considering it's just being AFK, if you're doing something else, watching a video, eating some food, this is very easy gold, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed, and on to the next person, I guess.
Thank you, Penguin, for letting me on this video, and this is the items and or method I have chosen that has worked for me in 2023. For me, I wanted to go for something that would actually just be quick, reliable, and overall simple, repeatable, and profitable is my keynote thing for that year, and it has worked quite well. This goes as follows as my daily recraft, which I do each and every day. As soon as I log in, I gather up all of my materials and just do my recrafts with my TSM profile, and then I just head over towards my secondary alt, which does the Battered Hilt gold farm within the Pit of Sauron on heroic difficulty. This is because I am able to pull in the Battered Hilt probably about 2 to 3 times per week depending on RNG, and that has pulled in a decent amount of gold overall, especially when it comes towards like the long run and all of that jazz. It just works, and over time it's just added more gold to me as well as to anything. When it comes towards the different types of materials that are gained from this, such as like Frostweave cloth, I generally will just sell that flat on the auction house. But when it comes towards like the old types of transmog that you gain from this, I generally DE it or I sell it, depending on whether it's not anything of much, because the transmog value for it isn't actually that great, generally speaking. As I either sell that to the vendor or I just disenchant it for the required essences and then sell those on the auction house for a faster sale, as much value from that as possible. In regards to the Battered Hilt, it just works out really well. And then I jump over towards my quick log gold farm, which is the Crash and Thrasher toys within Tanan Jungle. They have a 10% chance of dropping the Crash and Thrasher Morse controller cannon and the other one to go inside with that. They average anywhere from around about 7k to all the way over towards 2k gold, and from Smash and Grab, Dracum and Gondar in that respective zone of Tanan Jungle, I'm able to pull in a decent chunk of gold each and every day, as it is a daily lock on those different types of rares, which means that over time that just fills out quite nicely, and I have a nice little bulk load of these toys in order to sell over time. And given enough time on these gold farms every single day, it's just worked out really well. Which brings me on to my last one, which I do daily, and that is my Seal Tome of the Lost Legion. I've talked about it quite a lot. 2% chance of dropping from a Warlock, and it's just farming up all of the rares on the Isle of Thunder. I basically do a route around the area, taking me around about 7 minutes in order to complete each and every day, and taking out all of the rares. I also get a chance of getting a hold of the Micro Sentry from one of the rare elites as well. However, that doesn't really sell for an awful lot of gold, so it's just one of those ones that's like a non sequitur, so I don't really think about it or log it, but I do just sell it on the auction house. I don't really level it up or anything, I just sell that on the auction house. But the Seal Tome of the Lost Legion goes from anywhere from about 5k to 15k over a given year, depending on the market fluctuations and everything, so it just works out great in the long-term vision of everything. When it comes towards my last part of my routine is the weekly lockout. I shove all of my alts over towards a new raid for the week. Currently, I am farming up Blackwing Layer once again for the blue dragon scales with their skinning abilities, along with gathering up all the other different types of leathers and or gaining the chances of getting the old world recipes, which work out quite well, and just selling the other different types of battle pets I gain from that on the auction house, as those ones don't really net a lot of gold, but it's really the high value recipes that I'm going for that one. However, when it comes towards my weekly lockouts on raids, I do one raid per week with all of my alts, and that is it. I just alternate raids each and every week, making it super simple not to screw it up. Overall, it's just simple, repeatable, profitable, and that is what I've done with for this year, and it has worked out quite well in just gaining regular gold, regular sales, and it just compounds over time. So consistency on that just works out brilliantly. Other than that, I wish you guys a happy rest of the year, and I look forward to doing more things like this in the future.
Hello guys, I am TheLazyGoldmaker, and today I am sharing my favorite type of item, or the favorite thing I've sold in 2023. Well, I'm not gonna lie, probably my most favorite part of 2023 gold making was Season of Discovery. I really like the classic auction house. I really like classic gold making in general. So Season of Discovery, and my favorite item type, there's one big group of items that I've really liked selling, even though they nerfed it underway, and we're talking about the items needed to turn in the waylaid supply boxes. But out of those in particular, the engineering ones have been fantastic. ornate spyglasses and the small bronze bombs in particular. I have enjoyed these items so much. They sell quickly. People don't understand, or people don't think that engineering is a gold making profession in Classic. It's the best profession in the game for like performance reasons, but people just don't understand that it's a good gold making profession. We have 33 gold in sales on the ornate spyglasses and about 50 gold in sales on the small bronze bombs. And as you can see here, this only goes back 25 days. And I'm recording this, it's 38 days since the launch. So I sold a bunch of items before this. I had to reset my saved variables because there was some shenanigans with the linking. So I actually have more sales, some more sales on these. But yeah, like very consistent right now. As of today, you can double your gold crafting small bronze bombs. They're selling for 10 silver. Another fun part about the small bronze bombs is the fact that you need silver contacts to these. But silver contacts is one of the items that's suggested to craft in almost every engineering crafting guide. Which leads you to the really funny situation where silver contacts were, at least for a very long time, selling for a lot less than their crafting cost. I think maybe it's finally turned back the time, and it's now like a little bit. It's still cheaper than buying than crafting the contacts, but for a while they were selling for like 10 copper a pop, which was sort of funny. But yeah, that's been my favorite market. I'm expecting we get some new supply boxes, but as of right now, this is still one of the very consistently profitable item types to sell in Season of Discovery. So I'd suggest going for that. Yeah, that's my 2023 favorite item.
And yeah, guys, first of all, thank you so much to Zan, Dala, and TheLazyGoldmaker for taking the time and sending in a clip. I love how diverse everybody's thinking is. We have Zan talking about, Dragonflight items like myself. We have Dala going the more, alt daily routine, old world situation. And we have Lazy going into Season of Discovery. And lastly, the final thing I want to mention actually comes from Samadan. He sadly could not be a part of this video, but he sent me a lovely paragraph, and I really want to bring this to attention because I think it can resonate with a lot of people. He mentioned that he's actually pretty disappointed with retail gold making, the work order system, the new profession system, combined with the region-wide auction house, just because it doesn't fit his style of play. And I really wanted to mention that because I know a lot of people have voiced that same opinion, and that is okay. At the end of the day, Dragonflight in 2023 has brought a very different scenario around retail gold making, but thankfully we also have, Classic and Seasons of Discovery. Samadan continues and says that he really has been enjoying Classic and he's very thankful for the Classic token, and he's super excited to be making gold in Kata Classic. And so that's something I just wanted to mention because not all of us are retail players, and hopefully no matter what sort of, whether it's Classic, retail, or Season of Discovery, hopefully you're having fun because that's what it is at the end of the day. As long as you're having fun, then, the gold comes second. And lastly, if you guys don't know, Samadan writes, this is a tongue twister, but he writes the Wowhead Economy Weekly Wrap-Up. Say that 5 times fast, but this is a great news article that comes out every week that talks about each week, but specifically I wanted to highlight the 2023 Year-in Review edition. This did come out, about a week ago. I'm a little bit late, so if you haven't seen it, I'll have it in the description, but I highly recommend checking it out. It just talks about different 2023 events, like the Bruto coming back. Remember, we had all of the Dragon Shard farming, we had the Dracuthis crash, all of that, and it's really fun to look back at those events, because I have to admit, I forgot about some of them. So I highly recommend checking that out, but everybody, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys have any questions for me or someone else, feel free to leave them in the comments down below, and we'll try to get you an answer as fast as possible. And if you haven't already, feel free to let us know about your favorite item or market of 2023. But everybody, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please share some love for all of these different creators, and have a good day.